Okay. All right, the NGS is very much on this last working day of the week. Right, so these are the market positions of stocks on the Nigerian Stock Exchange at the moment. Dangote Cement is at 0%, no movement. Dangote Sugar, no movement. Deep Capital down by 9.85. Etana Oil down by 9.93. EcoBank is bullish right now. That's a good place for EcoBank investors having their shares over 9% up. Yeah, First City Merchant Bank is bullish at this moment by 2.27. Really good place. GT call 0.14% up. That's 139.19. Good. Let's see if I can do something. Check my portfolio. Okay, I'm going to sell 120 from my portfolio of GTB. That's it. 120 unit. See, you can see revealing my order is sending my order. This is the Nigerian Stock Exchange, NGX. It's been vibrant. So my order has been sent, sales successful. As I've mentioned in previous masterclasses, you sell when your stock, if you want to sell, I sell from my portfolio when the market, when my stocks appreciate, that is when to sell. That's not when to buy. So part of my GTCO portfolio now, as you can see, it's a sale successful. So if you have anything in your GTCO as I've done now, I've offloaded some of my position in Guaranteed Trust Holding Company. Right. So, of course, you can always give your own instruction to your stockbroker if that's what you want to do. This is what I am doing. It may not be right for you, but this is what I do as a savvy investor, a contemporary stockbroker, managing my own portfolio. Cadbury is doing good, up by over 3%. CAP, Chemical and Allied Product, also having a good time, very bullish, over 9% up. Boa Cement, really good. Apology that the screen is not really showing. When we adjust that next time, I'll just show my face. Boa Cement is really good, bullish at this time by over 6% up. Yeah, I've offloaded part of my position earlier in the day. Right, Consolidated Hallmark is down, Cornerstone is down, by 4.7. If you want to acquire stock for your position, this is when to buy something like Cornerstone. Buy when that particular stock is down in value, when it is depreciating. So you don't enter the market when the stock you want to acquire is appreciating. That is when you sell. That's when I sell. So if I want to buy now, consolidated, for instance, so let me see, consolidated is down by over 2%. As you can see, I can do some buying. I'm going to buy 2,000 units more for my portfolio. That's a sending my order. So when you want to enter the market, buy the stocks you are eyeing when they are down in value. That is when you buy. That's when you buy. That's when I'm buying. Yeah, as you can see, order submitted. That's my order. This is happening. So anybody, any stockbroker on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange in Lagos, this is live. This is what is happening on the floor of the exchange. My order has been submitted now. And so I've acquired more consolidated because it was down in value. This is when I buy, right? When the particular stock is down in value. Because if you buy when it is up in value, you are buying from a losing position. You can only sell from your give instruction to your stockbroker when you want them to sell from your position. When you want to buy, when you want them to buy for you, do that when the price is down. Okay, do that. Let's say you want to get a consolidated hallmark, or you've given 10,000 naira to your stockbroker. Said buy only shares that are down now. So consolidated is down now by over 2%. So that's why I have bought, right? So I don't buy when the prices of those stocks are up. I only do selling from me when they are up. I only sell from my portfolio when the positions are up. If I want to buy, it is only Dangote Cement doing well, 0.0% at this time, so nothing, I'm not touching that. If for any reason you want to acquire Dangote, for instance, Dangote Cement, for instance, okay, it's not up or down, you can ask your stockbroker to buy for you. If today, for instance, you want to acquire some stocks for your portfolio, you can ask your stockbroker, yes, because Dangote Cement is not down, but being a premium stock, you can still buy when it is not appreciated. It's a good place to buy now. That communications, if it's something you fancy, is down by 3.36. Is if I'm buying now, I'll be buying stocks. If I want to buy that communication, this is when I buy now because they are down in value. So that's how to do it. Any stock you want your stockbroker, you're giving them instruction. You can give, for instance, now their communications. Now they are down by over 3.36%. Is a good place to buy. Right. So that is a good place to buy. FCMB is First City Merchant Bank is up. If I were to sell, I sell. If I have any now because they are appreciating, but I'm not going to buy now. Fidelity is up. Let me check my position. Okay, I've already offloaded my position in Fidelity. So don't forget, when I want to buy, I do my buying when the value of those shares are down. When they are up, that is when I sell from my position. Okay. It's always good to know when to buy, when to sell. That is how many people, many investors, they in their stocks have appreciated. They have no clue until it plummets, it loses money. And then that's why it is not good for them. Then if you want to do anything, you want to buy, it is when the value of the stocks you are eyeing, when they are down. That is when it's just like going to the market, to buy, whether you want to buy pepper. You don't buy pepper when at the peak, when they're exorbitant. So it's like Christmas time. You want to buy chicken or Christmas turkey. If you go when the price of Christmas turkey is high, you're not doing yourself a favor. So for instance, just like now, stores, they're selling, winter jackets now. You're going to get them for bargain. That's just the way it is. It's market forces. You go to any store now, you buy winter jackets, you get them scarves, you get them at a bargain. And so it's the same thing on the stock market. There's a time where you go and then you get a bargain. Of course, with the stock market, it's on a daily thing. Right now, international berries, they are okay, just okay, 0.0%. International energy, 0.0. They are just in the middle. The Jahez Bank is down in value by 0.53%. Japan Gold down by 1.2%. Lasako is doing well. Lagos State Assurance Company, they're up in value by 0.51%. Linkage insurance companies are doing well at this time, 1.12%. That's really good for the investors. If I was to instruct my stockbroker now, that is the time which I can say sell some of my Lasako stocks because they are up in value. So always remember this. When you're doing your buying, if I want to buy now, I'm not going to buy Lasako now because they are up, they are high. If I want to sell, I'm going to sell some of my Lasako positions. That's the way it is. Mark Nichols down in value by over 6%. If I'm buying, this is time for me to acquire Mark Nichols because they are down in value. Macure Industries doing really good in the market, up by 10%. That's good. MTN. MTN is just 0%. It's good for the investors. If you're an investor of MTN, that's really good. It's a good price. Nigerian Aviation is down by 0.49% as we speak. These are live prices. Nigerian Breweries is doing well. It's up in value now by 1.36%. Neymet International doing good, up in value by 10%. These are top performers for the day. When a stock goes up by 10%, that is really good. Okay, Nigerian Exchange Group is just up, is 0%, so it's just in the middle. NPF Microfinance is doing good, up in value by 5.53%. Sterling Financial down in value by 2.56%. That is, if I were to buy any stocks now, Sterling Financial is good to buy because the values are down. That's how I buy when the value is down. Altri Briscoe, 0.0%. UAC is just 0.0% in the market now. That's not bad. It's not up, it's not down, just there. UBA is doing well right now. Stock price is in 0.13%, selling for 40 naira. I've done offloaded some of my UBA position. United Capital 2 is doing good in the market now, 0.27%. That's very good. Square Motors and 0.0. Vitafoam. It's not up, it's not down, just at 0%. It's still okay. Doing good. Lafarge, also 0% in the market. Coronation Insurance is down in value by 0.67. Wema Bank is doing well at this time. Is up in value by 0.16. That's a good one for Wema Bank. If I was to sell my Wema Bank stock, is a good time for them. Zenith Bank is doing good, even though it's down by 2%. There's a good place for me to buy Zenith Bank because it's down by 2%. So I buy when it is down. I'm going to go for 100 units of Zenith. That's it. 100 because it's down in value. Sending my order down by 2. So that's it. See, I'm buying Zenith because it is down in value at this particular time. So I buy, I hold it. When it is down, when it goes up, that's good. View my order details. As you can see, that's my Zenith 100 going from 122.50. So I hold it until the position in the market pushes it up. So that's how I transact the business. Let's check again. Okay. RB Mortgage Bank, their AGM is coming later in the month, is at 0%. It's not up, it's not down. ABC Transport is doing good at this moment. They are up in value by 4.62%. So ABC Transport is not just for us to take it from Lagos to Aba or from Lagos to the east. It's on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. So I didn't know this before, but so rather than just take ABC, the luxurious bus, just to the north or to the east to Aba or to Owerri from Jibo, you can be an investor now. Happy to be an investor in ABC Transport. So apart from, letting it convey me from Lagos, from Jibo or Fade to Aba or to Onitsha, right? Also an investor. Okay, so that's I go. Secure Electronics is doing good. It's down in value by over 5%. If I was to buy, this is when I buy Secure Electronics because it's down in value by over 5%, 5.94%. This is when I enter. If I want to acquire more, I will acquire more now that it is down in value. ICO Insurance is doing good. Up in value by over 2%. Oh, thank God it's Friday for the stocks. That's really good. 2.22% up. This is a good time if I were to sell any of my ICO Insurance position. This is when I do that because it has gone up in value. Beggar Paints is doing really good. 9.97%. Wow, it's really appreciated. So if I was anybody who is instructing the stockbroker now, if we want to do selling, well done to Beggar Paints, right now is doing good, 9.97%. Of course, Boa Cement is really doing good as well, 6.1%. or 7.1% up. Cadbury also 3.03% up. Oh, they're really doing good. I've mentioned CAP earlier. Carveting offshore is also doing good. Champion Breweries is just there, 0.00, nothing. It's not up, it's not down. That's still okay. Consolidated, custodian investment. These are all companies which I have shares in. Right. Cortex investment, that communication is still down. Position has changed. Now it's gone up a bit, so it's now down to 3.36. A lot of things always happen on Friday, being the last working day. Investors are always jostling for action. So a lot of things always happen. Positions change quickly, like the weather, especially Friday. Investors want to close deals. For this is the last working day of the week. So positions, and good enough, if you don't know, the Nigerian Stock Exchange has extended its hours of operation. Before, they used to close at around 20 past 2. Now the market is extended to 10 minutes to 4. So after the end of this first session, I'm going to have a second session in the afternoon, late, a second half. So, but for now, Dangote Cement is 0%, is just there, but it's really doing good, especially listing being talked about. There's plan for London listing, and Elijah said he wants to give at least 10% of the refinery. So the refinery too will soon be listed. I've talked about this in previous masterclass, but for now, Dangote Cement itself is doing good. I have positions in Dangote Cement and Dangote Sugar, both at 0.0 now. They are not up, they are not down, but it's good. No worries. EcoBank is doing good. 9.11% up. Like I said, Friday is always good, for things change a lot on Friday. So EcoBank is doing good. 9.11% appreciation. eTransact2 is doing good. 8.82% up. First City Merchant Bank is also due. Fidelity too is doing good, 1.22. Access Holdings is also doing good, 2.35, even though they didn't declare any dividend, but that's fine. FTN Cocoa is down in value by 1.47. GT Co is still up 0.14. Well done, GT Guinea Insurance, nothing has changed. Guinness, nothing has changed, still at 0%. They are not up, they are not down. Honeywell Flour is slightly down in value by 1.09. Ikeja Hotel, they are not up, they are not down, 0, just at ground zero. That's good. International Breweries, also ground zero. That's good. At least they haven't lost anything. Jai's Bank is down by 0.53. Japan down by 1.27. John Holt is at ground zero. Julie Pharmacy is ground zero. Lasaco is up slightly, still doing good. Linkage Insurance, AXA Mansard, Mutual Benefit. Okay, let's go on. MTN is still at ground zero, is still good. MTN, Nigeria Aviation, NACO is still down slightly. NASCON is down. Nigerian Breweries 1.36% up. NEM Insurance, Nestle Nigeria is also ground zero. Right, let's keep going. Prestige Insurance, UBA is up. Universal Insurance Zenith is still, there's a good place to acquire Zenith now that they are down by 2%. UPDC down by 6.36. UPDC rate is down by 10%. That's good. That's a good place to come in. Sovereign Trust Assurance down by over 9% is a good place for anybody who has them, who wants to acquire position in them. Oando is doing good, 1.45% up. First Holdco really doing good, really up in value, even though they didn't declare dividend as well, but up in value by over 9%. Okay, Sun Insurance, Stanbic IBTC is at gram zero. LALEX down in value by over 9%. University Press down by over 6%. Yeah, it's a really busy day on the exchange. Right. Okay, it's always busy. Friday is always very exciting. Sovereign Trust is down by over 9%. Is a good place for anybody interested in such a stock. When the stock is down, that is when you want to take positions in them. Oando is doing really good, up by 1.45. That's good for Oando. Doing good. UPDC down by over 6%. If I'm interested, that is when to go for it because it's down in value. That is when you acquire position when a stock goes down in value. That is when you take position in them. Zenith Bank, again, anybody interested in Zenith, I've just offloaded some of my position because it's down now by 2%. But remember, things change in the market. Market always goes up and down. So now that Zenith shares are down, is a good time. That was why I offloaded part of my position. Vitafoam is on gram zero. Square Motors is on gram zero. TIP is up by over 8%. That's really good. Daikon is on gram 02. UBA is slightly up by 0.13%. I've offloaded some of my position. Remember this, these are market fundamentals. You want to instruct your stockbroker. I tell them when the value, if I want to sell UBA, for instance, now that it is up, is when I do sell. If I want to buy, I'm not buying UBA now because it is up in value. So that's how you go. You buy, you acquire position when the stocks, when they stock you are high, when they are down in value. It's like going to the market. You want to buy meat. You don't buy on Christmas or a day before Christmas because the prices will be up. It's the same fundamentals, the same market forces that apply on the stock exchange. So that's just the way it goes. Transnational USC is doing really good. Is up by 0. USC, no, it's at ground zero. USC shares are just Skyway Aviation. They are just on ground zero. Alti Briscoe, they are ground zero now. Royal Exchange Assurance, ground zero now. Yeah, market always fluctuates. Red Star is doing well. If I wanted to acquire Red Star, this is a good time because they are down in value. Again, it's like you go to the market, you see that the price of the meat you want to buy has come down. You buy at that time. When the prices of the meat is up, you don't buy except you're really desperate. That's the same way on the stock exchange. You take position when you, for instance, Prestige Assurance now is down by over 6%. If I was interested, this is when I go for it. PZ is at ground zero. is a good place, but you won't be making anything. Sterling Financials is down in value by 2.5. If I wanted to acquire more to my portfolio for Sterling Financial, this is when I do it because they are down in value at this time. Okay, I've got 2 more minutes for this first part. MTN is on ground zero at this particular time. Mark Nichols is on ground zero. Mutual Benefit Assurance at this time is on ground zero. May and Baker is on ground zero. Right, you're not losing money. Living Trust Mortgage is the shares have appreciated now over 3%. If I wanted to sell any of my positions in Living Trust Mortgage Bank, this is when you do it. Livestock feed is down in value. If I wanted to acquire more, this is when I would do it, because again, it's like you go to the market, you find that the price is cheap. You buy. If I wanted to buy 1 bag, you buy 2 bags. So that's the way it goes on the exchange. Okay, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm going to come back around 3 p.m. because, as I've mentioned, the Nigerian Stock Exchange has extended its hours of operation, and they're going to be open till 10 minutes to 4. So I'll be back later. You'll see the notice probably by 3 or before, but I'm going to come back later for a second session of live masterclass from the floor of the Nigeria Stock Exchange. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later this afternoon for a second session.